and good morning. I'm Patrick Windhorst, State Representative in the 118th District, which is all or part of the southernmost 11 counties of Illinois. Before joining the Illinois House 2 years ago, I served for 14 years as the Massac County State's Attorney. As State's Attorney in a rural county, I've handled cases from traffic tickets to first-degree murder and almost everything in between. I've worked cases where I've pushed for violent offenders to receive a lengthy sentence in the Department of Corrections. I've also handled cases where I've agreed to keep people out of prison when a drug court or other form of rehabilitation is a better fit. I've worked with police officers, police chiefs, and county sheriffs to understand how they do their jobs. Law enforcement officers and the officers of the criminal justice system have an incredibly difficult job. HB 3653 will make their jobs even more difficult. The changes contained in this massive omnibus package of sweeping criminal justice reforms are full of double definitions of important terms and ambiguous language. The intended provisions and the unintended consequences of this bill will most certainly have a chilling effect on our ability to recruit and retain good police officers. Overall, House Bill 3653 will lead to reduced public safety and a decline of the ability of the police to do their jobs. One of our concerns is the end of cash bail, which we believe has major public safety issues. There are numerous examples from across the country, from New York to California, as to why ending cash bail is a bad idea. Under this bill, we have significant concerns that criminals who commit acts of violence and other dangerous crimes, such as robbery, burglary, and arson, will be right back out on the streets within days, able to victimize more people. This is not acceptable. What we're hearing from police officers, police chiefs, county sheriffs, and deputies, as well as state police troopers, is that they are concerned for their safety and the safety of their communities going forward. As for the safety concerns for officers, there are significant changes in this bill on the use of force statute, which will create uncertainty for officers going forward. Also, this bill allows for unlimited anonymous complaints against officers. It requires all complaints against officers to be stored in a state database forever, unless there's a change in law, with no opportunity for expungement of unfounded or frivolous complaints. These concerns are compounded by the process by which the bill passed. This over 700-page bill was passed in the Senate at 4 a.m. after being filed just an hour earlier. It was voted on in the House that same morning. Now, while committees had subject matter hearings on the bill leading up to the vote, the actual language of the bill was changed up until 3 a.m. on the day the bill passed. This process resulted in a bill with conflicting definitions and ambiguous language. An example of this problem is the newly created duty to intervene, a concept which most officers support. Now, remember, this bill is actually a combination of two bills, the original Criminal Justice Omnibus Bill, which was House Bill 163 then, and an expanded police decertification bill. These bills were combined in the middle of the night, and that included in those two bills was two separate definitions for the duty to intervene. This lack of clarity will also create uncertainty for officers, particularly given that an officer could potentially be decertified as a police officer based on that conduct. Our final remedy to stop this well-intentioned but bad bill from becoming law is for Governor Pritzker to veto House Bill 3653. Our caucus is open to working with law enforcement groups and criminal justice reform advocates to address inequities. However, a rushed omnibus bill passed in the middle of the night on the last day of the lame duck session of the 101st General Assembly is not how we get there. Governor Pritzker, veto House Bill 3653.